Alright, continuing with 9.5, this is the B portion, and we are ready for example number 7, and that is the square root of 6 plus the square root of 2 times the square root of 6 minus the square root of 2, and this will end up being the difference of two squares because the numbers here are the same, here are the same, and we're separated by a plus or a minus. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're just going to end up doing the FOIL method again. One option you can do with the difference of two squares is take the first term and square it. So the square root of 6 squared is just 6. Square root of 2 squared is just 2. And we get a 4 for an answer. So that's a lot faster and easier if you can remember that method. But if you can't, you're stuck with first, outside, inside, and last. And then you multiply these and you get square root of 36, which is 6. This here you get whoops, I need to go back and make a change here. This should not be the square root of negative 12. This should be negative, do it in blue, negative square root of 12, because this negative is outside and I accidentally put it on the inside. Plus square root of 2, square root of 2 is 4, and that minus sign gives me a minus, so that gives me square root of 4, which is 2. So I can just put that there. Alright, these two here, a negative square root of 12 and a positive square root of 12 cancel. 6 minus 2 equals 4, and that's the same answer I got when I did it the other way. Alright, so a couple more examples, and then we will be done with this lesson. Example 8. We're going to do some division. So remember, when you're doing these, you can't have a radical in the bottom, and when you have a plus or a minus sign like this, you remember the conjugate rule. You take the conjugate, top and the bottom. Oops, make that radical too big. Top and bottom by the conjugate. Remember, the conjugate is the same numbers, we just changed the sign. And that gives me 6 square root of 5 plus square root of 3 in parentheses over. Remember, when you do conjugates, you square the first term, square the second term, and put the minus sign in there. So now we have 6 square root of 5. I'm distributing that 6 over 2, and you're done. Okay, let's look at example 9, and we will be complete then with lesson, oh come on, 9.5. Get rid of these dumb numbers. Come on, why won't that 6 disappear? I know, you're like, will you just shut up and do your work? Alright, so square root of 5 minus 2 over square root of 5 plus 2. Again, conjugate. Conjugate of this is square root of 5 minus 2 square root of 5 minus 2. Has nothing to do that these two are the same. They just happen to be that way. Alright, let's draw my 5 better. So, when we take that and multiply, we use the FOIL method. And I'm not going to do the whole thing because you've done enough of the FOIL method. You shouldn't have any problem with that. And the bottom, square root of 5 squared is 5. And when we take and square those, we get 4. And it's minus. So our answer is 9 minus 4 square root of 5 over 1, or 9 minus 4 square root of 5. That's our answer for example number 9. And that's it for 9.5.